Hey guys, and welcome. My name is Darenk, and today we're gonna continue our level 100 what to do tutorial. We already talked about legendary weapons and legendary relics. The next step, easiest step you wanna do to improve your gear is get essence gear. There's different essence gear. The easiest to get by, if you know a tinker, if you're yourself a tinker, is the rings. It gives you 3 slots, 126 of your main stat, 8 or 9 morale. Pretty nice. Now you can use the epic battle jewelry as well if you want to. Again, these you can get by finishing the epic battles, getting merit, and then trading in Dr.Darenk and Finesse for 750 merit each. And you know they have little bonuses like +1 battle attunement, and then plus 10% healing over time, for example. Eventually, right now I'm keeping those in, but eventually for my DPS build, I wanna switch out the healing over time with essence gear probably. And even this, I probably wanna switch out. I just don't have enough essences right now to really be useful. So be aware how many essences you have before you switch your stuff out. So I'm gonna put in my jewelry. First thing, I'm gonna put in my essence gear. Oh, well, let's talk about where you can get this. So I'm Joe's the Finesse armor. Gives 128 will, well, main stat, might or whatever, 824 morale. I like this one because it gives you the main stat, which for Runekeeper is not the best, but still okay, and it gives you the morale. So it saves you a lot of morale essences because there are specific morale goals that I want to hit. You can also get the essence gear in Dr.Darenk by doing the Dr.Darenk dailies. Gives you 4 essence slots. It has a little bit less armor, which is not that big a deal. And it only gives you 119 of your main stat. But you will need more morale essences if you want to do this. And then the best armor you can get is the Faramir armor, but you need 20 Morgul Crest each for each piece, and it has 5 essence slots, so you can, it's the best armor because I would get rid of the LvL and just, put in something else. But you need a lot of grinding, doing Dome of Stars tier 2. What are the other ones called? I already forgot. Sunken Labyrinth and Ruined City tier 2, or do a lot of rolling threads. It takes a lot of grind and time to get this. So realistically, this is probably, if you really just got 100, this is probably the best armor. It takes 90 Smith tokens, 90 Builder tokens, which is about 8 days of grind, or 8 days of doing the Finesse dailies. Which is not bad, and you get this armor, which is pretty good. So the first thing I like to do, again, the specific stats I want to hit, I like to just put in my armor, put in my rings. Again, I'm just putting the 4 in for now. I might upgrade later. And look what I have. So I'm at 18,766 morale. My first morale goal, I'm specifically building DPS right now. My morale goal is around 22k for DPS. That's what I feel comfortable with. If I do healing, I probably go a little bit higher, maybe to 26,000. But for DPS right now, I want to hit, around 22. So I need obviously more morale. Well, the only way I can really get more morale. Also, I already put 1 supreme morale in my cloak because I got that a while ago. Just so you know. First of all, I still haven't done all the relics, so I know I'm gonna get another 330 morale for my relics here, and I will get another probably let's see, gives you 400, and then I might even switch over here. So I get busy. I can skip 1 morale essence because I know I will still get that through gear. So be aware of that as well. But I got all my essence in my shared storage. Alright, so morale, very tough to get to. How do you get essences? Maybe we should talk about this. So, easiest way, well, the normal way to do is you go do epic battles and you get a random essence, normally, if you're lucky. Other ways, you can do Dr.Darenk dailies and trade in for specific boxes that give you a random essence that is either a major or greater. Supreme will only drop from epic battles. You can go to Finesse and get the level 100 mages for Smith or Builder tokens. You can go to the Skirmish Camp and get 95 essences, especially the morale ones are not that much worse, 95. And then you can go in the Moors, if you do a lot of PvP, you can get the greater 95 morale essence, but again it's like 860 something, still pretty good. And Supreme Essence, if you have a major that is not power or morale, you can craft, try to get a Supreme. If you do craft them, there's only a chance that you crit to get a Supreme. If you don't crit, you get a greater. And I don't have a recipe on me, but you will need a Universal Solvent, which you can buy in the store, or the random drops. I don't think you can trade them in anywhere, and then some quests will give them. You will need Emerald Shots, and you probably want a crit item. So let's see, I think the Jeweler, which I have here, does Tactical Mastery. Don't quote me on this. Might be the Scholar who does Tactical Mastery. Say the Jeweler does. The Jeweler probably does crit rating or something. They do crit rating. You know, you want to use this. You want to use the Tinker crit item that the Scholar makes. You want to use it on your Servant, and then you want to also use crafting scrolls to really get your crit rating. I think the highest you can get it is 79% without buying 100% crit rate. And then you have a pretty good chance of getting the Supreme, and then you don't get it and you get mad and you hate the game. That's how it goes. But that's the only way to really craft Supreme Essence. Alright, so I got 1 Supreme Morale left, I got lucky, and I got 3 Greater, and then all I have left is 14 minor ones, which are really, if you look at the difference between these, so Supreme gives us 891 morale, 96 power, pretty nice. Greater gives us 875 morale. You know, the difference here is minor, 16, and the power, I really don't care about power. 16 morale, so those are equivalent to me. I would not, you know, if somebody sells you 50 gold for morale, 100, 300 gold for Supreme, get the Greater. And then the minor are really, those are quite worse. I mean, that's 110 difference here. So you really want to get as many Greater or Supremes as you can. Alright, what I would recommend doing is have one item, really just one thing. So I want to have one, like my helmet. My helmet is just morale. Gonna do this. Gonna put that in my helmet. So it's gonna give you this, are you sure? If you don't want it, you can do not show it again. I like it because this is really annoying if you do it wrong. And I'm gonna put one more in my helmet. Alright, now I have my helmet. All morale. Let's say you did a mistake. Oh my god, I have lost all these essences. How do I get those out? There's no way to get them out, right? There is. So you can buy in the store for turbine points. You can go to the Skirmish Camp. Or you can, you know, there's some quest items that give it. I don't know if they're random drops. I don't yet seen a drop. You can use these essence reclamation scrolls. It will give you back the essence and the item. So nothing is destroyed. It'll just cost you resources by getting that essence reclamation scroll. Alright, so I'm at 21,406. Remember, my goal was get up to 22,000 for DPS. And if I think about it now, look, if I do my zeal deeds, and I finish my item here, my gem, I'll be at 22,000. I'm happy with that. So I'm not gonna worry about it. So I can, you know, I'm good. I'm gonna save the rest for my healing build, where I probably want to end up higher. Or maybe I feel like, oh, I overestimated the morale, or underestimated the morale I need. You know, maybe I'll switch out one of these jewelry pieces, especially the healing one, for my DPS build with more morale, and get up to 24k. My minis is around 24k, but he's a healer, so I like my healers having a little bit more morale. I like 22,000. I might change it. For now, that's what I want to hit. Alright. So this is a DPS build. What do I have to think about next? I like next to, I mean, obviously I want my tactical mastery as high as possible. I want to max out my crit rating and my finesse. And I probably want to do a little bit for my mitigations. I probably want to at least max my mitigations. But I like to max out the crit rating first. Crit rating max out at 16,400 is, and in my case it would be 25% plus whatever bonus you have. So I have the 5% bonus from my trades. Once I get this all the way up. So 30% is the highest you can get for crit rating. 25 if you don't have any trades. Sorry. Right, so I want to get some crit essences. Again, random ones, or you can trade them in, administrative, and then try to craft supreme crit. I do not have any supreme crit ratings, but we're gonna look, you know, do you need supreme? I got 18 essence of critical rating. Pretty good. Let's see in the store, in the auction house if there's, I'm trying to explain, you know, do you need really supreme? Do you need to pay premium for that? Think about soon, there's gonna be, well, soon. I don't know when the next update will come out with level 105 when we get new essences. So, you know, maybe you don't want to pay premium for the Supreme if you already have the Greater. Alright, so there's a Supreme one right here, 300 gold. I will never pay that, period. Look at the difference. Let's look at the minor. The minor has 1075, the Greater has 1229. It's definitely better. If you look at the Supreme, it still has 1229. You just get 386 crit defense. 386 crit defense is nice, but it's not going to do too much. 364, it will give you 3.5 reduced incoming melee crit damage and stuff, which is okay, but I'm paying a lot more for that. I don't know. Now, crit rating, I will want healing or DPS, so I probably just put it here in my shoulders. And again, I have to remember, I still have some deeds to do. So if I look at my deeds over here, my traits, so anything that I have in it will increase my crit rating a little bit. And if you look at this, Fate will increase it a little bit. So not too much here, but my crafted relics will each increase it by 740. So I have to remember that, you know, if I'm at 15,000, I'm good. 15,000 is my goal. So you gotta, you know, maybe make you a spreadsheet or something where you want to hit the goal if you really try to get it as best you can. So we're gonna put in 3 of those, and now at 15,348. It's not maxed out. My crit rating is 23.7 for melee, or tactical is 25.7. Again, 25 is the max. But again, I'm gonna get some for my crafted relics. I get 1400, so I'm gonna be at, you know, 16,700, which is, I think, right there where I want it to be. So I'm good with critical ratings. I'm happy with that. You can overmax it. All it does is the magnitude for criticals or devastating hits is increased. But it makes more sense to, you know, put something tactical mastery instead. Alright, so I'm good with this. I'm happy there. Next thing I want to look at is Finesse. Finesse, you know, reduce the resist, block, parry, and evade of enemies. Especially in tier 2, this is important. I don't care about block, parry, and evade. I only care about resist. What is really the, you know, magical number here? You kind of have to do experience. I like to be around, you know, 15,000, 20,000. I don't like overdoing this again. Again, I don't have any Supremes. That's fine. I got 19 greater ones. I got a few minor ones. So I could craft greater ones, but I really... Basically, I want to save my universal solvents for when 105 hits. Alright, and let's check out what the Supreme does. Supreme, I only care about level 100. Yeah, make sure you buy level 100 ones. Otherwise, you're gonna be very mad. Look at that, I made all the full kinship. I was gonna say the major is cheaper than the thing. So let's look at the major. 3,280, 3,749. So obviously you want the greater ones. And then the Supreme, gives you a little bit extra fate. 17 fate. Is 17 fate worth 50 gold? I leave that up to you. I personally don't think so. But yeah, it makes you a little bit better. It's up to you. Yeah, obviously I don't want to use my minor ones, so I'm gonna use my major ones. Sure, my boots, why not? 7,560. Again, I want to hit around between 15 and 20k. Still have a lot of essence left that I can put in. $11,000, 15,000. Yeah, 27 points. Let's put one more in just to make it nice and even. 18,005. I'm gonna leave it at this right now. Maybe, maybe I realize later on. I never played a tactical DPS class really, so maybe I realize later on that I need more, and I can play around. But this is a good start. Well, alright, so we got our finesse. So our crit rating is good, our finesse is good. Now we could start putting stuff in tactical mastery. We want as much tactical mastery as possible for DPS because again, increases our damage. But especially if you go tier 2 stuff, some physical mitigation, you kind of want to at least cap it at 40%, which is the cap. Same with tactical mastery. I don't care about resistance. Our resistance is pretty good already. For tank you want it maybe higher, but for us it's good. And then I already, I get charity still. I still get idealism, and I still get wisdom, so my resistance will go up no matter what. But for the rest, mitigations, I kind of want to do something. So we're gonna get all the resistance we have. I got a supreme physical mitigation here. I got, that's all the supremes I have. I got here's the resistance one. No, that's tactical. I could put in resistance, but I'm not going to. Got tactical mitigation now. And I got I have some physical mitigation? Yeah. Alright, so let's look at the difference here again. I'm gonna skip out the minors. You don't want to use the minors. Really try to get the majors. If you don't have majors right now, put all your minors into one armor piece, and then once you have the graders ready, take them out with a Essence Reclamation Scroll, or just get a new piece if you don't want to waste your money for that. I have the Supreme Physical. Let's get negation. 100. See what the Supreme does. Nobody has a Supreme in there. Okay, I think the Supreme is really the same physical, just reverse. So 2,766 tactical mitigation, and if you get the Supreme, you get 276 physical mitigation plus tactical mitigation, and the other way around. So here the Supreme is actually quite good because you get both kind of in there. But again, I don't think it's worth. This might be worth 50 gold, but it's not worth like 100 gold or something like this. For the most cases, Greater is just as good as Tactical, Supreme. It has to be up to you if you want to buy the premium. But again, our cap as light class is 40%. So sure, it just depends. 11,385. We had reduced incoming physical damage 38.9% and reduced damage taken from Orcraft, and Foul Wrath, which is the most important in tier 2 instance and in the Morse. It's not bad. And then our tactical mitigation is, AoE. This one you just need to get up to the top, and then you get reduced damage from fire attacks, lightning attacks. A lot of the boss AoE damages are like this, so we do want to get this up. Let's put this in there. 32%, and then we're at 37.7%. I'm actually gonna hold back for now. So we're both for those. We're at 37, 38.9, 37%. I'm personally gonna hold off here because I still have these deeds to do, and I want to see where we'll add up. Tactical mitigation, you only need to get to 40%, and you're good. I might still add some will essence, and again, will would increase my tactical mitigation. Physical, you can overcap to get the Warcraft up. So physical will cap at 40%, but the Warcraft will still go up until it caps at 40%, around 20k, I think. So you can overcap this, especially if you go in the Morse a lot, it might make sense. I don't think we need more right now. Again, I might change my mind and change it out later. Alright, so personally right now I'm happy with this. Alright, so now I have the choice. I'm happy with my crit rating, I'm happy with my finesse, I'm happy with my morale. Even so morale might be something, even for my DPS build, I might want to put this up a little bit more. I'm gonna leave it for now here. For now, I might change it later. So, the rest, really, I could put in a crit defense, which would not be a horrible idea. Let's see, how many essence spots do we have left? You know, let's see what I have for crit defense.
I greet you, friend.
Because, okay, I don't want to be one-shotted, basically, by a stupid crit or something. So the other options I really have to put in, that I want to put in. I do not want Supreme Essence of Power. I hate having this. Vitality really doesn't do much for me. Fade. So each point of Fade, you know, gives me a little bit of crit rating, which I don't need anymore. Tackle mitigation in combat. Fade is not, I don't think, is that great. I'm not worrying about my power region, so I'm gonna stay away from the Fade here. Will is an option, so I'm gonna drag this out for now. Here again, let's talk about the will. Should have cleaned out my inventory first. Gotta make some room here. I've been doing a lot of crafting to get to the supreme, the better legacies, relics. Can't talk. So again, it's gonna be a longer video, but again, I'm trying to explain like my reasoning, and then you guys can argue. Please argue in the comments if you think what I'm doing is stupid or if it's good. Incoming healing, I really don't care. That's my crit defense. I don't have a supreme crit defense, and then tactile mastery is really probably what I want to put everything else in. Yep, that's all that's really up for me to be debated. Alright, so the difference between Greater Will and Supreme Will is 3 extra will and 17 vitality. 17 vitality means, what is it, 60 something health. It's 3 health point, 60. 40, 51. It's 3 health points per vitality point. Whatever. Not that big a deal. What I'm actually interested in, one will. I should have done the math here first. So each will, I'm gonna Google this real quick. Well, actually, it's probably faster to just do the math. Got a calculator up here. I mean, obviously you guys don't see this because I won't record this. Alright. I want my Windows calculator. That will just do fine. So we have 242 will. And we get 25. Oh god, I gotta do it the other way around. So we get 25,936 divided by 3,242. So each will gives us 8 tactical mastery. So we have 139 in our greater ones. So you will get 1,112 tactical mastery from our greater will essence. If you look at our tactical mastery essence, we get 100 more. So this is better than the will, but the will also give us some resistance and some tactical mitigation. Remember, I still have to max out my tactical mitigation. So I think I will actually use these 2 supreme wills. I want to use these last, so put them in my wonderful gloves. And then just to, you know, top this off, I will put in one crit defense. Again, here I'm Gotta say, I'm a little inexperienced how much crit defense a DPS should have. Maybe I should put in more. 25.7%. There's no cap on it, really. I mean, if you're a tank, you want this as high as you can get it. I think like 70%, 60% is reasonable. But I don't know if I should put this up at 50%. But then again, I rather have a higher morale pool. So I'm happy with this. So I'm happy with everything else, but my tactical mastery is pretty bad. So the rest I will use as tactical mastery. So let's talk about tactical mastery essence. So obviously you don't want to use the minor ones, you want to use at least the creator ones, or the supreme ones maybe. Tactical mastery. The minor ones, you know, again, you lose 200, you don't want to use those. Greater, nice, but let's look at somebody here selling supremes. A supreme, you get the same amount of tactical mastery, you just get 94 extra power. I do not care about 94 extra power. I would not get, I mean, if I get a random drop, supreme tactical mastery, sure. I would not try to craft these, and I would not buy them for, you know, 100 extra gold. Just not worth it. If you talk about physical, it's a different story. Physical tactical mastery, well, physical mastery. So if you're a champion or DPS class, you know, you get the same physical mastery, but the supreme gives you, well, if I don't look at the mitigation, 109 power, morale. That is awesome. So this is the physical mastery is really the ones where I really would recommend trying to get as many supreme as you can get. These are worth crafting and everything. 100 extra power, if you have 10 of these in, you get 1,000 more morale, which means you could skip one morale essence if you're where you are. For the tactical mastery, I do not care. So we're gonna just max out the rest with tactical mastery. Hopefully I have enough. I don't have enough. So I might have to get some here. Now we can look at our values. Tactical mastery. We had 36,374. We want to get this as high as possible. Increases our outgoing damage. Do not think I have enough. So we either have to buy some, or we have to, you know, get them in a different way. We're just gonna, you know, use those. I'm happy with all my other values. I'm short one. I might just buy one. I can deal with that. Alright, and then use all this. And yeah, I'm short one.
These are troublesome times indeed.
We're just gonna buy it here real quick. Again, I would put on the unit buyout, so you buy the cheapest one. 55 gold, you know, it's quite pricey, but I don't care. Thanks, Kuta, if you're watching. Here's your 55 gold. Gold is really not an issue. Alright, so now I have all my gear set up. I'm at 47,433 tactical mastery, which honestly could be better. So what could I do to get this higher? Get at least 50k is what I would aim for. Well, again, I still have a lot of needs to do. I still have my 2 crafted relics, which will give me another, you know, tactical mastery. And then I have this jewelry to put out. So here, for example, I get 273 will. Again, remember we get 8 per will. So 8 times 273. That 8 times 273, not plus 273. 2,184 from this will. But if I would get this ring, I could put in 3 tactical mastery, so it gives me 3,600. So overall I would get more, but again I would lose some other things. So you might have to do the math here. And again, you know, maybe I overcapped my mitigations a little bit. Maybe, you know, my finesse is too high. Again, this is some things I have to play around with. And then, you know, maybe I will upgrade to the farming armor later on. I could skip that will, because plus 128 will here, while nice, it will give me the, come on, yeah, 128 times 8 Give me 1024, so that's like a minor great attack. So I could get 200 extra tactical mastery in all my pieces. So yeah, you can get this number higher. I'm honestly not too unhappy with it, because, you know, I kept my morale high. Maybe it's too high, again, gotta play around. My crit rating's max, my finesse is pretty good. Maybe I should not put in that crit rate defense. Depends on your playstyle. If you want to go super max damage, you know, put as many tactical mastery as you want, but, you know, don't be surprised if you die every AoE attack that somebody does. Alright guys, well, and then again, this is my personal opinion. You know, please put in the comments what your opinion is. Go to the forums, there's many opinions in the forums on how you should build your character. Just build it the way you want it. It's, you know, as long as you have fun, that's what matters. If you do like a hardcore rating build, they might tell you how to build it, you know, if that's your thing, sure. It's definitely not mine. Alright guys, so that's how I would build my essence, guys. Let me know what you think. Again, I would switch some stuff. I would have less tactical mastery. If I go healing, I would have more morale. Maybe more crit defense, because I do not want to die as the healer. If I die as the DPS, you know, whatever. Not the end of the world. If I die as a healer, yeah, it's pretty bad. So yeah, let me know what you think in the comments, and then I think what else we can talk about for another video is maybe the trades. And then if there's anything else you guys want to see, you know, maybe you have some questions about something, let me know, we can talk about this. But yep, this is all I have for now. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.